Hi, my name is Caroline Allen. I'm founder of Art of Storytelling, a coaching service for writers and for artists. And for a very long time, I have been fascinated with how we engage our creativity, how we nurture it, how we align with it, how we become the force of creativity we were meant to be. If you're a frustrated writer or artist, you can feel the creative pulse. You can visualize what you want to do, but some of us have phases where there's something blocking that force. And what is stopping that full expression? That has been a question that has interested me for a very long time. First, I want to say that I believe we're all whole. We are all a powerful creative force. And we simply need to find the way to more fully align with that force. I believe higher power, the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, is pure creativity. In this video blog, we're going to reach up toward our spirit guides. We're going to do a meditation, a creative visualization. We're going to take a journey to meet our higher creative archetype. We're going to ask them what they want to tell us about our artwork, our writing, our visual art, our music. And then we're actually going to try to step into their power. We're going to actually visualize ourselves stepping into them and accessing this archetypal spiritual power and accessing this creativity from a higher plane. First, however, I want to tell you my story and how I got here. And then we're going to do the meditation. For many years, I worked as a newsroom journalist, and I actually worked abroad in Tokyo and London for about a decade. I was passionate as a journalist about helping give a voice to people who did not have a voice, the underprivileged, the handicapped, the abused. I worked at high-end newspapers like London's Independent and the Financial Times in London, and I traveled the globe as a travel writer. I loved this jet-setting lifestyle, but one day something clicked and I just had enough. I was exhausted with regurgitating world trauma, with writing about fire and rape and abuse and violence and war and war and war. I was overwhelmed with it. My soul desperately wanted peace. But I only knew the journalism lifestyle. What would I possibly do to survive, and what did my soul want anyway? And what I'm going to do to survive and what my soul wants, are they the same thing? I couldn't figure out anything. I spent 3 years roaming the earth in complete confusion. I cried all the time. I did not know what was wrong. And it took me a while, because I wasn't used to listening to spirit or even listening to my own soul. It took me a while to really listen, and I discovered I had helped all those people as a journalist who didn't have a voice to help give them a voice. I discovered I didn't have a voice, and I didn't even know how to find my voice. And it took many years, and slowly, through lots of therapy and lots of spiritual work, I started to understand that I did want to write, but I wanted to write fiction. And I wanted to be a visual artist. And these were even passions from when I was a little girl. But even that I had to rediscover. I had forgotten. Somehow along the way, I'd lost myself and I had lost my voice. So it's been many years of hard work, and I'm now happily a novelist and a visual artist. I still daily deal with remaining aligned with my highest self, my highest creativity. I'm on my third novel. My paintings now are in shows sometimes, And finally, we all learn this on our path, that the moment you really start healing is when you turn to help other people. So I started Art of Storytelling, the coaching service for writers, and it's for artists as well. And I spend my time also helping people find their voice. Okay, now for the meditation. First, I have studied shamanism, Reiki, tarot, and for years I was a professional international tarot reader and still am on a smaller scale. And the visualization I'm about to show you is a cross between tarot and shamanism. I've used it myself several times, and after one particularly powerful session around my visual art, I got my first art studio within the next 4 days. So this can be a very powerful exercise we're going to do, but you're not to worry if you do the exercise, do this creative visualization, and you can't actually see that much in your visualization. Don't worry if you only get a little information from your higher archetype. I'm going to guide you all the way through the meditation, so don't worry about that. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't get all the information that you would like to get, don't worry. You can do this meditation again. Keep trying it on your own. And sometimes just by doing it, even if you don't get a lot, engaging the energy is enough. So watch your dreams. See if you have dreams that give you information. See what epiphanies you have, and see what happens to your writing or your artwork if you get more prolific and some of the blocks are almost seemingly magically removed. Okay, we're going to start the meditation with a spiritual ritual.
Fire, water, be with us now. Spirits of the earth, ground us as we do this ritual. Keep us rooted and nurtured by the earth. Spirits of the air, flow out the old, flow in the new. Be with us now during this ritual. Spirits of the fire, light the way now. Show us our inner light now as we do this ritual. Spirits of the water, deepen our connection to spirits now as we do this ritual. Spirits of the earth, air, fire, water, thank you now for being present as we do this creative journey. We ask all of our spirit guides from a higher plane to come in and be part of this ritual with us. We ask that the information we get is clear and gentle and nurturing to our artwork. We ask that all that comes out of this is for the greatest and highest good, for ourselves, our loved ones, our family, for the nation, for the planet, and for the entire universe. We ask for this for the greatest and highest good of all. We also ask that we be surrounded by white light, sacred white, dynamic, creative light to protect us during this ritual.
Okay, make sure before we begin the meditation you spent the necessary time looking at the Queen of Wands card. Study it, try to engage it as deeply as you can. Before we start, the more deeply you can engage that visual, the easier it may be when we do this meditation. So what I'm going to do now is describe to you first what we're going to do. Please do not go on this creative visualization yet. I'm going to lead you through it step by step, but I like to give people an overview of what's going to happen before we actually do the visualization. Okay, so we're going to hike up a path, and I set it in the Pacific Northwest because that's where I live, and that means it's it's misty, rainy, moody weather, wet, with a lot of fir trees around us. But you can visualize whatever you want to visualize. We're going up and up and up a wooded path. We get to a point where the path turns and goes sharply upward. And in the middle of the path is a tree. So we're going to get to that tree, we're going to touch its bark, we're going to feel the bark. The more you can feel the sensual details of this visualization, the more information you'll get. You need to be as present as you can in this visualization. So we're going to go around the tree. It's got huge roots. It's taking up the entire path, huge branches. It's a glorious tree. And we're going to go veer to the right and continue up until we get to the top. And then we're going to look into an opening in the trees where there will be a clearing. The reason we turn right at that tree is that we do not want to be able to see the beginning in our visualization of the path. This lets us leave the earth plane and become more connected to the spirits. That's the kind of concept behind why I'm guiding you this way through this visualization. We get up to the top, we get to the clearing, there is a bench. We go to the bench, we sit down, and we wait for the tarot card of the Queen of Wands, the card we just had a visual of, the one that I told you to study carefully. We wait to see if she shows up, and she should show up. Usually she does. And you will then turn to her and ask her, what is it you need me to know about my writing or my art or my music? Listen to the answer. You may want to have a journal with you because this can become like a dream and you can forget it quite easily. And just jot quick notes, very quick. Don't come out of the meditation as you're jotting the notes. Then both of you stand and ask her if you can step into her. And what you're trying to do is step into that archetypal energy. So you're both standing, and if she says no, do not do it. It may mean you're not ready because this can be powerful. So step into her energy and feel, and spend a moment feeling what it feels like to be in the archetypal creative energy. And then step out of her, and you will bring that energy with you. Thank her, and then continue back down the path exactly the way you came, slowly and viscerally. We also, after we do the ritual, we want to leave the spirit guides behind and come back to this reality. And that's why we visualize ourselves walking back down the path carefully. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm going to have all of us close our eyes. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, say 3 times to yourself, I am going on this journey to meet my highest creative archetype. I am going on this journey to meet my highest creative archetype. I'm going on this journey to meet my highest creative archetype. Okay, imagine yourself at a trailhead and there is a path through the forest, but it goes up. We're going to hike up. And it's quite a hike upward. So imagine a kind of strong ascending path into the forest. Feel the day, feel the wind, the mist on the wind. It's a cool day. You're wearing a jacket, a hat, boots. You feel very comfortable and you're very excited to take this journey. Imagine yourself begin the hike. You can feel the roots and the rocks and the mud beneath your feet as you're hiking up. You're going upwards, so you feel the strain in your calves and thighs, and you see your breath a little bit, and you're noticing that you're breathing a little bit heavier as you walk. And we're taking a pretty brisk hike, so we just keep going up and up. On both sides are fir trees, and it's misty between the trees. And you touch a fir branch as you go by and feel the needles and feel the dampness to the day. You feel it on your fingers, you feel the dampness on your face. Still you're hiking. The whole time we're hiking up and up, lifting our legs, feeling the muscles, feeling the roots beneath our feet and the rocks. It's a good hearty hike. We feel our head clearing. We feel great to be alive. And just keep hiking up. There are big rocks at one point that you have to maneuver around. And you do so and you feel good. So we come to the middle of the path, and there's a huge white, glorious tree. White barks, roots that come out of the earth and stick out of the earth. Branches that are bigger than your waist. And we go up, and the tree completely blocks the path. You have to maneuver around it. You go up and you put your hand flat on the bark, and you can feel the rough white bark against the palm of your hand. And the roots are a little slippery, and you slip a little bit as you maneuver over and under. Some of the roots are so high you can go under them. And you're just getting to the next level of the path. And it veers right. So you get on this next level of the path, and it's going up even steeper now. And it veers right, and you notice you cannot see the trailhead anymore. That's okay. This is safe and loving. It's all good. It's a very happy hike. So you keep going up and up until you can feel the roots and the rocks beneath your feet. You can see the mist. You feel even a bit sweaty now, a little tired, but in a good way. Just keep going up, keep hiking up, keep going until you get to the very top. And you see to the right there's an opening in the trees, and you look in and there's a clearing. It's like a field. And there's a bench. And you can imagine that bench any way you want. It could be made out of logs, or it could be a proper bench. And you go in and you have a much needed sit down on that bench. Maybe you take a drink of water. Okay, now I see the Queen of Wands coming up to sit next to me. So now I'm going to be quiet. And what I want you to do is turn to your archetypal spirit guide and ask her what she wants to tell you about your art. And see if you can hear a message from her. Because I don't want to interrupt your process, you're then going to stand up and ask her if you could step into her to engage her energy fully, viscerally, with your body. And then you'll do that, and you'll step out, you'll thank her, and then I will call you back to go down the path.
Okay, everyone, go ahead and hit the pause button. Go on your journey, your visualization on your own, and when you're finished, hit the play button and we'll take the path back down together. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to thank our spirit guides and head back down the path now. Please follow me down the path. In the same way we came up, we're going to go down. We need to disengage from the spirit guides now and re-enter the earthly plane, so it's important not to skip this step. Okay, so we head down the path. It's steeper. It's steep going down, and it's a different pressure on our legs. As we go down, we feel it in our feet and in our calves and in our thighs. There are a lot of pine needles on the earth floor. There are a lot of rocks that we can feel beneath our boots. It's gotten a little chillier. We feel a wind. We can see the wind moving the branches around us. And it is a little chillier. We're still comfortable though. We're sweaty. We're walking down. We're going down and down this path. We keep hiking. We keep looking around. It's beautiful. It's misty. It's moody. It's gorgeous. And we get to the tree, the huge tree in the middle of the path, in the same way we saw it on the way coming up. And we touch it with our hands yet again, and we feel the bark beneath our feet, beneath our palms, sorry. We go around the tree, over the roots, under the roots, whatever it takes to get back on the path. Now we can see the trailhead far below, and that's what we're hiking towards. We just keep hiking down. We feel good. We are breathing a little bit heavier. We've got our pulse rate up, and that feels just glorious. Our hair is a little damp from the mist. We again reach out and touch the branch, the pine branch, and feel the green needles beneath our hands. We feel the damp on our fingertips. We just keep hiking down and down, and we get to the very bottom of the path and back to the beginning, back to the trailhead. Thank you, spirit guides, for coming to speak to us. Okay, so go ahead and open your eyes and come back to the present. Welcome back. And what you need to do is, I did not journal during the session. If you journaled during the session, that's great. If you didn't, journal it now before you forget. And I'll tell you mine really quickly. The Queen of Wands appeared on the bench immediately, and she was very happy. It was a very happy energy, and she had a black ball of energy that she handed me. It was in her cloak, and she handed it to me, and I said, "What is this?" And it was the night sky. I am in Oregon now, and the night sky is really quite stunning and dramatic here. And it was just pulsing with energy. You could see the stars. And she said, "Your writing goes beyond this earth. It heals the entire universe." And I've gotten that message before. What do you do with it, right? So I'm saying, well, what do I do with that? And somebody else came out, and it was this powerful artist person that wasn't like an archetype. It was like a regular person, and they sat right on me, and I entered their energy immediately, and it was just fantastic. It was, music and sexy and exciting and a darker energy, and it reminded me of two artists, friends of mine who I love very much. And I felt that energy enter me, and I felt it was so full of color and just so sexy. That was fantastic. And then I said, "But I want to enter the Queen of Wands. Why can't I enter the Queen of Wands?" And they said, "Okay, you can." And I entered her too, and I felt a profound love and compassion for the world. So anyway, I might go visit them again and ask them more questions. It's just difficult to do this on the video, right? So what I would love for you to do, if you want to, is to go to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Art of Storytelling Online, and like the page, and then let's have a discussion. I'll open the discussion, and you can add to it if you like. I would love to hear your what you found out on your journey and discuss it with you. I find that quite exciting. I also really want to tell you all about a powerful e-course that I'm running right now. It's called Creative Writing 101, but it's much more than a writing course. Just like we did this to meet our higher archetypes, Creative Writing 101 actually goes inside of you. What I see as really capturing your creative force is both a higher alignment, but also a deepening into our own spirits and our own truth. And what Creative Writing 101 is, it's the opposite of what we just did. It goes deep inside of you, and it has proved with participants to blow open their creativity no matter what the artistic interest, even though the style we'll be using is writing. It doesn't matter. We've had writers take it, musicians, visual artists, and all of them have noticed a really profound opening. And it is truly what I believe in. And there's much more information on the website, which will be listed around this video, but it's artofstorytellingonline.com, and just click the e-courses tab. Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed showing you this visualization. I hope it's worked for you, and please let us know. We would love to hear your comments. Thank you. Best of luck.